Good evening, I'm Morgan Babineau. A trusted Louisiana surgeon is now being investigated by multiple agencies regarding allegations of sexual assault. After a woman shared her story online, dozens claim the same thing happened to them. In early December, a post went viral on Facebook. It accused Dr. Bauman, or Ben Sabagian, with practices in Jeff Davis and Acadia parishes of inappropriately touching a patient during an exam. The post was shared hundreds of times, and quickly other alleged victims stepped forward.
People were like, well, I would have punched him. I would have done. No, because you're like, okay, this doesn't feel right. But he is a doctor. He must have a reason to be doing it.
Vanessa Mercado is one of 4 women 7 News spoke with. In February of 2024, she was referred to General Surgeon Bauman Sabagian for a colonoscopy after struggling with severe abdominal pain for months. During her appointment, she claimed Sabagian told her he needed to examine her.
So I stood up, and he was like, raise your shirt. So I did, and I raised it to the point of where the pain is.
According to Mercado, he then asked her to lift her shirt over her bra.
And so I was like, and he said, your bra too. And I was like, okay. So I raised my shirt up in my bra, which, it felt weird, right? Because we've all of us women have been to doctors, right? And this is not the procedure, right? Normally they want to check anything beyond your stomach. They give you a gown. They explain to you why this is happening, but he just like lifts your shirt. And I'm not thinking about how the procedure, but I just instantly know it's uncomfortable feeling.
She says he began to touch her breasts without gloves. Allegedly, after he was finished, he told Mercado to pull her pants down so he can examine her further. Mercado says she panicked, even screamed, causing the physician to back away. She later recounted the events to her primary care doctor.
His face looked shocked. And he then was like, Vanessa, I would have given you a gown. I would have explained everything I was doing.
She was then referred to another provider.
That doctor never touched me beyond my stomach area. Never.
Her experience has been echoed by dozens of others online.
He grabbed my breasts in, like, literally both hands and squeezing, like it hurted, like just squeezing them really, really hard.
Wendy Babin was also referred to Sabagian for a colonoscopy.
So I pulled my pants right under my belly, which is embarrassing for me. And he told me further, so I pulled it midways of my butt and no gloves. He's pressing on. He did press on my stomach area, but he also pressing right on the top part of my private area.
In 2023, another woman claims she saw Sabagian for a ganglion cyst on her wrist. She wants to remain anonymous, but claims the doctor put his hand in her pants and over her bra.
It's a cyst on my wrist. I'm fully clothed in a doctor's office. There's no reason to touch any of that. And if you're trying to feel for cysts or anything like that in breasts, you don't do it on top of a padded bra. Now, I didn't know, doctors are supposed to be somebody that you trust. And, I told him if you do this surgery, I want to stay awake.
Another alleged victim says her minor child was in the room when she feels she was inappropriately touched.
He took a step towards me, grabbed my dress, and lifted it straight up. So my dress tied underneath my chest. So he just took it and lifted it straight up in the air. So I was standing there exposed from the tie under my chest down in my underwear with my daughter not but 2 feet from me.
According to her, Sabagian asked if she'd had a mammogram. When she responded no, she says he tightly grabbed her breasts.
As soon as we walked out of the room, my child says, Mama, that made me very uncomfortable. I wanted to tell him to not touch you like that. In that moment, I needed to show my daughter that this was not okay. I needed her to understand just because this is a physician and you're going to him for help and you're supposed to trust them, what he just did to me, the fact that it made you uncomfortable and I was uncomfortable, we both knew this was not right.
All of the victims we've spoken with have filed complaints with their respective district attorneys' offices as well as the Louisiana Board of Medical Examiners. Each of those agencies confirms an investigation is underway. 7 News has reviewed the complaints, each of which are consistent with the stories told by these 4 women.
We are going every route that we could possibly get to put his name out there, to punish him for what he's done. Okay? That's all we're trying to do, is make sure that he has to answer for what he's done, and people know that.
Sabagian's attorney has not responded to our request for comment. However, he has sent a statement to other media outlets in the state denying the accusations made against his client and says he's cooperating with investigators. You can read more on this story by going to our website. Tonight, 2 people are accused of stealing checks